Hello there, my name is Retro. The first time you see my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, so something completely random. Today we talk about The Rise of the Turtles, the movie from Netflix. Now this basically was the leftover deal of Nickelodeon and Netflix so working together, and this is sort of one of the results that it was sort of interesting because it was basically the third season of the Turtles and decided to make a movie because it's more cheaper. In the very end, if this movie was good, I have to say, yeah, it was good. It wasn't amazing or wasn't bad, especially if you're type of fan who didn't like the Turtles. I know that people have this sort of divide about this new version of the Turtles. People like it and people hate it. The people who like it were basically cartoon fans, and people who hated it were basically Turtle fans. But I'm sort of the middle. I'm a cartoon fan, also a Turtle fan. I do understand this is a reboot. I do understand why the fans were frustrated watching this version because they did change certain things that doesn't really make sense in this type of franchise, but at the same time, it was fun. It was enjoyable. It's okay if you hate it. It's okay you like it. It's the question is, you don't mind waiting for a couple of years to see a new version, and that's it. Now, the movie was basically very basic. That basically took the idea of the Terminator that sent one character from the future, from the past, to save the universe. That character will be Casey Jones. Casey doesn't really have much a development or a personality. He's just a guy who trying to do his mission, and that's basically it. But I do like Casey's design, that sort of hockey puck he has, not hockey puck, the hockey stick he has that is sort of a saw in a way. It's sort of unique and different approach with Casey Jones because he's so used to having anger issues, and he's sort of a simp to his master. He really likes his master. You want to be him, and that's interesting. I wish they'd done more on that. But because it's a short movie, you can't really do that much. They did what they can. It's just focusing on his mission. Now, the main focus of this film is basically Leo. That his brothers are sort of tiring him. He's not really taking his job seriously. He's just too chill. You have to realize you're working as a team. Stop thinking about yourself. And basically, that's the whole focus. Like, you have to realize, yeah, I must take charge. And I think this is what the creators trying to do all this time, to show you what they were before you know them. They're still kids, and this is the moment of each character sort of growing. I kind of wish they focus on the rest of the Turtles. Like, the rest of the Turtles was sort of benched for a little while. I mean, bench, more like they didn't know what to do with them. Now, I know they're trying to make them kind of relief based on all the characters, but it's one of those like, yeah, I understand. But the sacrifice benching the rest of the characters to make the show, make the movie better, I feel is sort of worth it. Because what happens at the very end, how everything ends, feels so rewarding. I feel it was so well executed. Because season 2 of The Rise, I did like the ending, but I feel it didn't earn it. It's not earned. It's the wrong word. It wasn't well executed enough for me. This one is so much better. The movie, how it ends, I feel it earned it. Even that was sort of Este Machina, it feel actually worked so well. Of course, I did like the villain they chose for in the series. That would be Krang. Of course, they need to sacrifice one major thing because this is a movie. Their sort of development and the reason why they're doing this, they do give out a decent semi-reason. They were defeated of 10,000 years ago, so this is basically their rematch, and that basically the reason why they tackle the world, because they were challenged of the former Foot Clan, and that's it. That could be interesting if they look for their reasoning or their lore or their culture, but never did. But because of that, they have to focus on the horror aspect of it, and oh my god, the horror aspect. Yes, I'm the type of person who like horror. If you give me a character who is horror, he could be my favorite character. Krang could be this version of the horror character, because when they step in, they are so OP, so dangerous. It's almost like watching Jason from the Friday 13, that dominant, that fear, especially when their Krang touch someone else to mutate to become a beast form of themselves. That was sort of interesting, especially you can't get near even the weakest character of their own clan of Krang, because each one of them is just so so OP. I'm sorry, but even that, they can actually take their mystic powers. They have to rely on their own niche skills. You can show how dominant and dangerous they really are. Now, of course, once more, they sort of have to sacrifice their character design, not character design, character development. But I feel that sacrifice was worth it to develop one of the characters, especially how everything just so well designed. I mean, the animation, like, God. One thing you have to admit, Rise is the part of the best animation of all different versions of the turtle, because it's really loved how they did the animation, the fluidity, the action scenes, the coloring. It's just so well done. You just like, oh my god, yes. It's something that I'm glad I stick to this series, even though I was sort of not completely satisfied, but I did enjoy the ride. Now, anything else? It's something that you can't say much because it's just sort of basic. And that's it. I can't really say that much. Now, I have one question. Do you like this movie? Do you hate it? If you've seen this, do you not like the franchise, but you see this movie? Do you like it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.